Now, Paul is a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife, and he's talking with Davey, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for life. And the waitress is a
Billy Joel. I don't remember the name of the song.
Is that Piano Man?
Piano Man.
Anyone else?
What is Piano Man by the artist Billy Joel?
You both got it right. That's
We're really good at
200.
this. Between the
Are
two of us,
are you keeping track?
Hey, between the two of us, we make one hell of a good brain.
we do all right.
That's concerning.
Right? On so many levels.
Let's go 300, Lindsay.
You're gonna get another one right. Here we go.
Got one break between them.
This one is a movie. 1992 movie starring Alec Baldwin that uses real estate professional to teach you how to make sales in general.
That'd be Glengarry Glen Ross.
That's correct. You raised your hand. Did you know that? Okay.
That one I didn't know.
You gotta bring in.
You
Yeah.
ever seen that movie, Joe?
I thought about it, but you
watch
banged
that.
on the
That's a
table,
great
so it
movie.
took
That's
my.
the always be coffees for closers, always be closing. That's Glengarry.
Yep, that was the next part of the.
Coffees for closers.
All right, Pat, your turn.
Oh my. What is title for 200?
All right. Oh, I forgot to do my bio. I can do that at the end.
You're okay.
Okay. This is a ladder. The process is started, abstracting, examining, data entry, processing, prep for closing, document submission, and policy prep.
What is title work?
Anyone else?
What is the title process?
Anyone else?
What is the process of selling a home?
Come on, Chad.
Why are you looking at me like I should know the answer?
I know.
Chad should know the answer.
Chad just doesn't want to get on video. He wanted He's like, keep your camera over there. It is the process to obtaining a clean title.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear any of y'all with clean in there. Just so you
You
got
gotta
that.
have clean title.
I think Bill was pretty close though.
Yeah.
You gotta at least get like half a point.
Okay.
It was 200. All right. You want to pick one, Chad?
Sure. We'll stick with what is title for 100.
The answer is no. Title insurance rates are regulated and they are calculated from the purchase price of a property. Although title fees may vary from company to company, the policy fee will always be the same. A person does qualify for reissue rate if they have had the policy less than 10 years and can provide their prior title policy.
Do title fees change?
What is reissue?
Is title work necessary?
Anyone else?
That's-
Garrett was closest. Does the title policy fee vary from one title company to another?
All I had was
Same.
competitive
100.
pricing in my head.
It got
That wasn't
100.
doing
All
right.
right, Garrett, you want to pick?
Let's go. What is title for 300?
Insurance policy.
Title insurance is meant to protect home buyers as well as lenders from any damages or losses caused by a bad title. Most title insurance policies cover all the common claims filed against a title, including outstanding liens, back taxes, conflicting wills. Any number of things can spoil your legal ownership of a property and make a title bad, from code violations to legal complications. You could, for instance, discover after purchasing a property that the seller does not actually have any legal claim to it, or that their claim is being disputed by another party. The last thing you want is to put down serious money on a property only to find out that some unexpected issue renders the title invalid. A title insurance policy protects you from that. If you're working with a title company, you're less likely to encounter these problems after the fact, but it still pays to have a policy. In fact, title companies offer policies alongside their title search, which is the process during which a title company ensures that the seller has the legal right to transfer the title to you.
What does a title insurance company help with?
What do you say?
Is title work necessary?
Anyone else?
How does the title protect you?
No. Darren was closest. What is title insurance and is it needed? Greg, you want to pick one?
Standard.
For 100? Uh-oh.
Check
The
that.
answer is both. The seller is guaranteeing to the new owner clean title, and if something comes back, the new owner cannot go after the seller. And as the new owner, they have a guarantee that the title is clean.
Who is protected by a title insurance?
What is general warranty?
I mean, close. Is title insurance for the buyer or seller of a property? Alright,
Last one.
that was 100. In Ohio, title insurance is county specific. Most counties in Ohio, it is paid for by the seller. Therefore, the seller gets to choose the title company. Counties that buyers pay title, they choose the title company.
People outside the building.
Anyone?
Title insurance?
Yep,
Depends on where you live.
there you go.
Okay.
Answer in the form of a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
Is D all the above?
what a lot of people might not know what Lindsay's getting at, Marysville, for example, the seller pays for title, every deal, Columbus Board of Realtors contract. You get in Logan County, that changes.
Yep.
And people don't realize all those deals going up there, they typically talk about a lender's policy. They don't really go into an owner's policy all the time. That, to me, isn't that big of a deal. If someone's not putting a lot of money down, a lender's policy is okay. That just protects the loan. That's required. The owner's policy, though, can protect their money. So if you see somebody putting $100,000 down in Logan County, they're not being offered an owner's policy. The chances of using title is not that high, but it would be devastating to lose $100,000 because you didn't want to pay for an upgraded $1,000 policy up front that was never offered to you. See, in Columbus, it's automatic. But when you get in the outlying areas, people can pick, and they can actually pick what title company to use. So that gives Lindsay a leg up in an area that's harder to get into because of that.
Yep. So I was telling an agent recently, like my job is to educate my agents so that they can educate their clients. And that has been a big thing that we've run into in like Logan, Champaign, and Shelby counties, because they are generally like lower income areas and compared to Columbus, and so they don't want to try and have to stick that extra $1,000 into their closing costs. And especially in Cleveland right now, it's become a huge problem. People stealing the titles to homes.
So that's that thing.
Make
here
sure
on
your
the
friends
news
have
is
title insurance.
Well, in those really old houses, I'm sure Chad will attest to that one as well. Your really, really old houses are folks that have, it's been in the same family for years.
Yes.
That's where you run into some weird sticky garbage.
Yep.
And you find out that the land is not, like the property lines aren't where they're supposed to be, and there's acres missing,
And it could be something you didn't have anything to do with. It could be from 3 transactions ago.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That brother Bob died and other brother Bill was supposed to get the house, but sister Susie stole it.
I ran into that
You know-
exact thing when I bought my first home out of Indian Lake.
So they could come from 50 years later and say there's a claim on your title. And if you don't have title insurance, you got a problem.
Yeah, when they did the title search, they found that not the people that owned it prior to us, but the people prior to them had written an agreement with a third party that said that they had first right of refusal to buy the property if it ever came up for sale. Well, that first right of refusal was never exhausted, so they had to go back, and of course, those folks had already passed away. They had to find their heirs. They were spread out all over the country. They had to send documents and all this stuff to get them to basically sign off and say they didn't want to buy it.
Because that way no one can
Have
come
you
down the
already,
road
like-
and sue you.
Correct.
Have you already gone through the closing process?
Yeah, so we had, we had not closed at that point, but we ended up there was that issue, and then there was also an issue with the lot lines, and there was a piece of literally like less than a foot worth of road that sat underneath that corner of the house. An old abandoned road. That still is technically a road on the plat map, but
Yeah.
doesn't really exist. So we had to have the state vacate that piece of the road. So they put half of our purchase price in escrow, and it sat there for a year and a half until the state signed off, so that they'll deed off that piece and the waterfront.
So
It can be a mess.
part of what I can do, like when I'm working with agents in counties that pick the sellers pick, is we always run a pre-start, so we can do the title search before there's ever a contract. And I actually had an agent, before I even got into title, he gave a listing to another title rep, and they did not do their job. And for 4 months, this has been in contract, and all of a sudden they had 6 acres missing from a 98-acre sale. So it's important for people to do their jobs.
So